As Commander-in-Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland.
President Trump, before a joint session of Congress there, laying out his goal to develop a space-based defense shield against missile attacks, dubbed the Golden Dome. He initiated the project just a week after taking office with an executive order, and that order describing the possibility of an enemy missile attack as the most catastrophic threat facing the United States. Well, now Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, and two partner companies are reportedly front runners to win a crucial part of the Golden Dome project. Reuters reporting that detail coming from six people familiar with the matter. And that possibility is raising some concern over a conflict of interest. Musk was by far Trump's biggest supporter during the 2024 campaign, certainly most wealthy, donating more than $250 million to help get him elected. Musk has downplayed his potential role in this, saying SpaceX has not tried to bid for any contract in this regard. Our strong preference would be to stay focused on taking humanity to Mars. If the president asks us to help in this regard, we will do so. But I hope that other companies, not SpaceX, can do it. With us now, News Nation national security contributor, Lieutenant General Richard Newton, who also served as the Assistant Vice Chief of Staff for the U.S. Air Force. Good morning. Welcome to you, as always. A highly capable defense system, we already have that in place. So do we need this?
Well, good morning, Marnie. I'll take umbrage with your comment. We have actually a very limited missile defense capability. We have 44 ground-based interceptors, 40 are stationed up in Fort Greely, Alaska, and 4 others out in the California coast at Vandenberg Air Force Base or Space Base. But nonetheless, in 2025, the threat, especially from Russia and China, is growing ever larger. Every administration since President Reagan, as you allude to in your comment, has really tried to address protecting the United States against missile attacks. We have a limited capability right now, and that's public. But what President Trump is talking about is a much more ambitious missile defense shield that really pertains to the threats that we face today, but also, Marnie, over the next 10, 15, even 20 years.
So something like Israel's Iron Dome, which take us through how that works and how something like this would compare.
Well, Israel's Iron Dome, as we saw back in April and October of last year, defended Israel against hundreds of Iranian short-range ballistic missiles, some cruise missiles, and so forth, very effectively. And that is a multi-layered, multi-tiered defense system that they have. But we've got to put it in perspective. I want our viewers to understand that the United States is 500 times larger than Israel. Therefore, we have a much more complex array of threats facing the United States, whereas Israel's Iron Dome is for shorter range ballistic missiles and threats that are from their neighbors nearby, say 1,000 miles or less. We're more focused on the strategic aspect of this, the long-range intercontinental ballistic missiles, as well as the advent now of Chinese hypersonic missiles technology, Russian technology, and so forth, as well as cruise missiles. So it's much more complex, much more broad. And frankly, really in today's world and my vision looking forward, and certainly the president's, we're going to need this for the coming years, if not decades.
Given all that you just laid out, what is a realistic time frame for the development of a system like this?
Key question. A typical Pentagon acquisition development program of this scope would take perhaps 12 to 15 years. What the president has laid out, and I think effectively so, is to really start the planning process, garner what we have already in terms of limited capabilities, and then try to determine what is now technologically feasible from both space, from land and air and so forth. That's a long way to get around to the fact is this is something that's extraordinarily ambitious, but he wants to get a plan, wants to get moving out on the development and acquisition of this over the next 2 to 4 years.
And the role of Elon Musk in any type of development of this system, do you foresee a conflict of interest issue?
Well, frankly, I have a lot of confidence in what Congress has set forth in law in terms of acquisition and contracting and so forth. But I would go to the SpaceX's and other companies out there because they're exquisite in terms of their launch capabilities for space, their on-orbit capabilities. Of course, I would consider SpaceX as a key opportunity here for them, but also really for the nation because and others. And by the way, my sources tell me that there's up to 180 other companies that are vying for a contract, which will be not just one contract, Marty, but a number of contracts. Think of it as developing a system of systems. But what we're really going to need, the real question is, are we going to have the close cooperation needed with this Manhattan-like project when we developed the atomic bomb back in World War II? Much more closer cooperation with the Department of Defense, the intelligence community, as well as private industry as well. So this is something that's far beyond in terms of whether one company will dominate or not. That's not the case at all. It'll take multiple efforts, multiple areas, a system of systems to really put this capability and to protect the American people.
Always incredibly insightful. General Richard Newton, thank you. Enjoy the Easter weekend, sir.
Thank you, Marty. You too.